Ayo, little man, what's going on, everyone? Nick here from Little Man YGO, back at again with another video, and this time we have a top 8 chaos format deck profile and tournament run from yours truly. We're going to be going over the deck, going over some replays, and going over what I will change. But before we jump into any of that spaghetti, we are at 586 subscribers. We're almost so close to 600. Thank you so much for all the love and support you've been giving to the channel so far. If you have not subscribed already, or this is your first time on the channel, then welcome. Please subscribe if you've not done so already. I'll give you some time to do so. I will wait. Also, we have a Team Little Man Discord. We have so much fun in there. This is the boys talking about dual monsters, life sometimes. So if you like dual monsters in life, which you should, because life is beautiful, there's an invite in the description below here, as well as I'll post a link to the Chaos Corner Discord where they had the tournament, and be sure to add a role when you are there. So, what is Chaos format for those of you that do not know? It's the no ban list format. It's the for the post IOC darkness level format. It's before Go format. So it's a 2004 format in which everything is unbanned essentially. Just keep it as it is, simple. And I've showed some videos of this format in the past. It's definitely a fun format to play. It's definitely a sacky format too. And the best thing to take away is that you get sacked so hard in this format sometimes that if you're someone who's mad or emotional when you get sacked, this format's for you to condition you not to do so. So I did play what is called Chaos Control. And to be honest with you, I'm not really too familiar with the different types of decks that are in this format. I kind of entered this tournament more or less on the whim and just kind of went my own intuitions with going into the format. Obviously, you have the big daddies, Chaos Emperor Dragon, Blackluster Soldiers being the two most iconic monsters in Yu-Gi-Oh's history, and also being like the cards that you need to stop in the format. So how do we stop that? Playing Kagu the Ghost Destroyer. Kagu the Ghost Destroyer crushes all the Chaos decks, all of them. And I also decided to tech in a Sorcerer too because it's the good old mentality of having three chaos monsters in main deck. That's just me playing goats, boys. That's just me playing goats. So maybe I was incorrect. Who knows? 3DD Warrior ladies to kill over the Sangins and the Witch of the Black Forests. Triple Thunder Dragon in the main deck. It just makes your Mirage a Nightmare, which is a ridiculous fucking card. And Graceful Charity and everything in the light also thins your deck too. And then we have the Mystic Tomato that also that grabs Scientist, Sangin, and Witch of the Black Forest. Yatagarasu, obviously, the bird is the word, the bird himself, taking down certain life points and just closing out games for just little pecks here and there. My goodness gracious. Spell cards. We have all the broken one-ups that you could possibly even imagine with triple MST to answer the Mirage of Nightmare, as well as answer opposing Mirage of Nightmares, right? Also, chaining it to IO when they try to flip Imperial Order on you. Always feels so good. Um, Trap lineup, obviously pretty small. Four trap cards: Torrential, Ring, Mirror Force, and Imperial Order. Fun fact, and I did not know this until I actually started playing in the tournament. Torrential's at 3. So, there's one deck building mistake there. And we go into the side deck, which, if I'm going to be honest with you guys, the side deck is not as optimized as it should be. There's so many changes that I would already make, which I'm going to go over later. But we figured that having Solemns and Dust Shoots and going first is pretty pivotal, and making sure that if they try to unleash brokenness onto you, you do it onto them. Feathers Duster and Heavy Storm, there's just so many chainable cards that, like, why would you even play these cards in the main deck? Also, they get stopped by IO, and I actually did prefer to side these cards, so I thought that was correct. Faith, Tsukiyomi, Moths, Metamorphosis, Scapegoats did not play side into these at all. And obviously, we have the great and powerful Jinzo here to go through our special burn decks that might be floating around in the format itself. So we are going to be jumping into some of additional gameplay here just to show you off my run. And we're playing up against Dump Truck game one. So what you gonna do with all that junk inside your trunk, baby? So we lose the RPS here. It's a round one of Chaos format. We're on 41 cards too, because I just feel like there's just too many fucking cards in this deck that you just have to play. He draws. He plays the Thunders also, so it's a good thing to see. He also has Nobleman in the main deck here, which my deck aimed to play not towards noblemen at all. Makes sense because there were a lot of people that played Gravekeeper Spy, and in my personal opinion, I just did not think that was exactly correct. Even though Gravekeeper Spy is like it gives you another dark, I thought that Tomato was the better option here because Tomato actually nets you into Witch, Sanguine, and Scientist. That ultimately allow you to deal with the monsters of the opposing, or also potentially set you up for CED. So I didn't like this card too much, and I didn't know that people actually played it up until I slammed my ass right into it as hard as I can. So Simon the Sanguine attacking, taking the 1,000 from the spy, and then we're gonna go confiscation, pay the 1,000, take the DD Warrior Lady out of that hand, get it out, and then set that ring past turn. Draws other Kaiku the Ghost Destroyer. He switches the spies and start attacking. Makes sense because there's 3 torrential in the format, so you definitely don't want to like play around that. But we got our guy Mystic Tomato here. So good, so good. And like we're taking some damage here. Alrighty, and then we're gonna go back right into drawing for MST. Fire that, summon Kaiku, get the damage in that we need. Kaiku establishes so we do not get, you know, hit with these bullshit ass monsters, but we're gonna ring this guy, which is very, very good. Put spy to defense, I don't care. Summon Tomato pass. He confides the hand, discards the premat, tries to dark hold the field, and then banishes a couple dudes from the graveyard. No big deal. And then we have Snatch Deal. So it's a menacing go format. It's a menacing go format. We know the 2 cards at hand are in Thunder Dragon, getting rid of all the darks out of the graveyard. He sets a card, and then we're just gonna go for a game, and that's it. I mean, like that's the nature of the game. A lot of these cards could be sacked here. There are minor technical play aspects within the format that and your opponent opens Forceful Sentry and knows your entire hand, and that really does go out the window, right? So he attacks, he gets back Forceful Sentry, and then we're just going to set our whole hand and pass because we have no reasons not to. Dark Hole clearing the Witch, forcefuling back the Kaiku, so we just draw another one. But this is actually really good here because we're able to like brutally just start beating the opponent here with just a slew of Kaikus and multiple MSTs matching all of those cards. It doesn't even matter. These Kaikus are strong, baby. And this is the reason why they play so many. It's almost like, when you play so many Kaikus, the Chaos monsters are just more inoptimal. So one of the things I'm planning on cutting for my future Chaos list is Chaos Sorcerer itself. It just felt like it was losing more or less. But the Reborn, he didn't see it because we set it from the Forceful. Ha ha. But so good. We exactly. And here's another moment here where we just see Sorcerer with no way of getting our lights or darks. And we pick up the Scientist here, which doesn't do anything, but we attack over everything and pass. We draw, and here's the thing that like I didn't even know. Obviously, there's an unlimited extra deck here, but knowing that he does play Gravekeeper Spy, the correct play was to drop Dark Flare Knight, because those are the biggest monsters, like the level 6 monsters that can actually get over um defense position spies. But I did not know, I did not have multiples in my deck list, so I thought you could not add them later on. I found out later on in the tournament you can do that, but Scientist is insane, taking a sucking up a spy and just attacking for game from there, and the game's usually over. And next game we have against B-Sox. B-Sox, if you guys should know who B-Sox is. B-Sox is the man who runs a yugioh from zero. It's all DM error, retro formats, fiber format, critter format, Yugi Kaiba format, your mother's format. So go subscribe to this guy. It's going to be in the description before. Very nice guy, very awesome content creator, and also very powerful duelist. So we go and he opens the stone cold crazy but jabronis balonies, but we have duo here. So Painful Choice is going to give us the Serpent to our hand, but we want to load up on lights and darks. I also, like on a side note here, learned how to play with Painful Choice. Going to first, game one, and people usually just take all the hand rip cards out of their deck and then like a couple of unfair cards and then like have them choose that. I am clearly not on Magician of Faith, so I didn't feel comfortable doing that. So I'd rather just like load up and try to draw all those power spell cards later on. At least that was my rationale here. Um, Again, do not know if that's something that is correct or not. But we're paying for IO because, why not? IO sometimes just souls entire games. It's been breaking bitches' hearts since fucking 2004. Even when they brought it back and they made it mandatory, insane. So we snatch the guy off. We flip an attack. We're not even switching this guy because we don't want to run into torrential. And then main phase two, we forceful sentry out, getting rid of the and he's on multiple sorcerers too, which I think is crazy. Multiple sorcerers is insane. So, but we're able to at least get the DD War Lady from the main deck. So unfortunately, we change our heart. We end up hitting the serpent there, but we tribute over for Thunder Dragon. Thunder Dragon attack takes 16. Gets and that's the thing too. Thunder Dragon is so strong in this format because you have Change of Heart and Snatch Shield where you can convert off them, and they're also good with like Charity. It's a light. You could search it off Witch of the Black Forest. So there's even some place where you could go, and I'll show you'll see later on where I go Tomato into Witch of the Black Forest set, and then add the guys and get Light and Dark and Graveyard immediately. Confi rips the fucking Pot of Avarice out of the Pot of Greed out of the hand. He has MST Forceful Nightmare. My God. Absurd. What a Goonie format. But we love the Goonie format. So we take the breaker out of the hand, and then we try to draw our hearts out with Mirage, and we hit MST of our own, which is very, very awesome. So we mirror force the hell out of this. And then we duster his board, and then we duo him, and we set him, we pass. And now we draw away to out the spy, take 500, and we're pressuring with a Sangan, which is so strong. And he can't out it, or else I'm going to get Yada, and Yada's going to lock out the game from there. But we have some really strong pushes here, which is really, really cool. Put Tomato down, pass. And then he tries to go over the card with DD War. Excuse me. But we're not playing into Torrential. We're just pokering. We have no reason not to do anything special. He's just blowing back row here. Breaker, we know that Mirror is gone, so he's Typhooning the Typhooning, chain the IO there. And then we just standby phase, get rid of the IO, MST, and then attack for game. And that's the problem, right? Like, this is where I noticed that, like, I think multiple Chaos Monsters is optimal. But we saw right there that why it's the case. And then match number 3 against GGB0789, powerful Edison format duelist, other Go format duelist as well. And he's on some like something different, boys. He's on something different. Obviously, we see Mirage. We see the Time Seal. I believe Time Seal that won in this format. I'm not entirely sure. Sakuratsu armor against the aggro decks. I think he's playing the Chaos Warrior variant there, but we get Thunder Dragon down and we activate Mirage. He has the MST for said Mirage. He draws Injection Fairy Lily, which this card was another very popular card within, at least from my opponents. A lot of them did play this card. It is a searchable option off Witch and Sangan. It's not a light or dark, so I don't know how I feel about it overall, but it has proved to be decent between others. But we MST each other's Mirage, which is it's only fair. And then this bitch comes down, which is annoying, but we obviously keep it there, and he time seals us from there, which is fine. Then we pass the turn, we skip, we snatch steal the monster. A lot of games were really directed by snatch steal itself, and he top decks snatch steal on his own. And because what are you gonna do? You get jabronied out of your mind. Pay 1,000 pass, has MST, getting all of his life here. And then we have Dark Hole. Dark Hole clear the field, and then we summon the bird, and the bird is going to be enough to win the game. We pulled off a Yadalock, motherfuckers. All right. There he is. Don't you love to see that? Oh, I do. It's when you Yadalock a guy, it's like chewing five gum, you know. It's like getting the like the baddest babe at the bar. It feels so good, brother. It feels so good. All right. DD Warrior Lady's gonna take away that monster. We side in the Tsukiyomi here because we noticed that he's playing some warrior variants. So, thinking that it's exactly like Warriors and Go. Except Tsukiyomi just sat on his ass and did absolutely fucking nothing. So we had to out a ton of cards with it. Take 18, banish the lights out of the graveyard, and then he summons DD Warrior Lady and just attacks. Tsukiyomi on his ass once more, and then we top deck Scientists, allowing us to. And the cool thing about keeping Scientists on board is that if, he had to keep the Scientists there, or else the Tsukiyomi was going to have the monsters keep their phases, keep their monsters while flipping them up and flipping back up. So it's not recognized as being summoned by Scientists. So that would have been gangster, but he got locked my ass. So we set this guy in pass, and then we draw Sagan. Sagan gets back the pot of, gets Magician of Faith, gets a pot of Greed. So good. And yeah, I mean, like I think this is the first game that I end up losing of the whole tournament. But we draw Chaos Emperor Dragon. We had a we had a play to put light and dark in graveyard because we could have went normal tomato, attempt to crash into breaker. Breaker gets us wish, which gets us thunder dragon. Thunder dragon gets us access to emperor dragon. Then we drop emperor and then we clear the field and hope that's enough. But yeah, I mean, like, what are you gonna do? It's not gonna matter too much there. So he tops like BLS, and I don't know whether he had a light or dark in there, but yeah, that was definitely. Oh yeah, I didn't have enough life. That's why I didn't do it. That's why I didn't do it. So we graceful charity. We discard the thunder dragon that we end up picking up because the rest of our hand is just so strong, so good. And then which affect attacks. We MST the set, knowing that it is torrential. Hand knowledge is everything. The fact that there's two cards. I mean, if you count Dust Shoot, there's five cards in the format where you can see each other's hands. It's not good. It's not good when that shit happens. But BLS is going to touch down, banish that, set tomato, pass. We have IO for that, and here's tomato going to get us the Witch of the Black Forest there. Um, Pay 7, set pass, and then he decides not to take it. But we have Sangan. We're going all out aggressive. Um, Not sure if this was even the right play here. Um, and then we forceful the one last card in hand. So maybe it was okay. Maybe it was okay. But these feather dusters, that nonsense, and there might have been an option for us to discard the trap dust shoot to pop our own witch. But you know, Kaiku is going to be insane right there, banishing the multiple cards. We're setting passing. We trade evenly. We summon the scientist to get the Balter. Balter's going to run over Sangan because we cannot afford for him to get another monster, and we're putting him on. You better have it, Buckaroo. And I was sweating out my ass when he activated Pot of Greed, you know. But listen, it's risky business there, boys. Risky business, and but it was enough to close out the game from there. Sometimes you do gotta risk it to get the biscuit. All right, and then we're gonna play against Clemens. Clemens here. All right, so on the opposite side of the board. So that's me on the top and him on the bottom. You see my opening hand. It's not playable. But you see how I'm breaking on the chaos monsters themselves, and then like, look, there's so many kaikus in this format that like, why would you play multiple chaos monsters? So there's a couple changes that I would definitely make, and we'll go over those towards. I know I keep talking about it, but it's exciting to see. This is a very exciting format. Like you feel like you're going to lose at any moment, at any time, which is the thrill that I need to get me through my day. I don't know about you guys, but what do you need to get through your day? Whether it's coffee, chaos format, you leave in the comment section below. Tell me, tell me, tell me. End phase MST because we have no reason not to. Chain IO, chain that, and he just has enough attack for game, which sucks. But like, what are you gonna do? No monsters, no creatures. Not having the majority of the reasons why we lost some games here is that like we were just down on cards, and what are you gonna do? Confiscation, take out the Emperor Dragon, summon and attack. Um, which is some good stuff here. We were able to deal with so much damage here. So much damage. He's at 2,700 life points, which is terrifying. And it's saying it's able to get a Serpent, which is going to fuel our Graceful Charity. He summons Kaiku. We don't care. He banishes a couple Darks and Lights. We hit the duo because we hit BLS because we're animals like that. We forceful out the other playable monster in the hand. We set the Faith set MST pass. There's no reason just to drop creatures. Um, and we want to see like what his next plays were. So this is where the heads up play was, and we take advantage of these pluses. But so the good thing here is that we're able to um, almost play our way towards play style because we have premature in our hand. So we end up topping the change of heart and we slam all our cards on the table and we go to game three. I definitely like the way I really did play that game. I think I played that game pretty strongly. He opens Forceful Sentry Just Shoot, which is like, holy shit, brother. And he Forceful Sentries are Forceful Sentry because you can't have him low your hand. God damn, brother. Thunder Dragon gets touchdown, banish those two. Summon Kaiku, attack. Gravekeeper Spy. Again, I think this card is asshole in this format, but what are you going to do? And then he's going to attack with everything, and we're just going to take the damage from there. Alrighty. So we're going to MST out here, and this is where we're going to beat over all of our dudes, beat all of our dudes, and banish everything. And then he Raigekis us in sets and attacks. And this is where we're going to go for Yada. I noticed that not many other people were playing Yada, which was crazy. But we tribute for Thunder Dragon here because we got to do the Thunder Dragon beats. He mirror forces Thunder Dragon. We say who cares. Um, we get Serpent back to hand. We attack. We tribute with the change of heart attack. Thunder Dragon was a superb card. I really did like this card a lot. This game. And then we draw Witch, which we do not care if we even get torrential here. And then we have enough to ring him for game there. My goodness, what a match there. What a match there. And then next we have up against Hoy. So this is round 5 here. Up against Hoy. We are guaranteed in top cut. Again, he's on the noblemen's as well. Sangan searches, gets the witch to the hand. And then we forceful sentry out the witch, chuck Thunder Dragon to get 2 more cards. And then from there we just set typhoons and pass turn. So we're summoning this guy and we're just beating in. We're thinking that, like, obviously he has had the typhoons in the back row there, but this guy was a good player, definitely, definitely. Ringing the Kaiku because we have to, or else we're going to lose dual monsters. We draw Io. We're trying to get back the Kaiku itself and then chain this for the torrential. So we clear everything and then we attack thinking that we hit a mirror force, but like us not hitting the mirror force is so bad. And he has the breaker, the magical warrior, which is breaker is absurd. This format, absurd. And that's because really, like, you have this monster that outs Kaiku the Ghost Destroyer, and then he's more absurd in this format than he is in Go format. But he has all the bells and whistles and just gains me from there. Gains me from there. We do open a turn. It's duo dust shoot. So good. So good. We chuck Thundra down. And we have Mirage and Nightmare too to make our Thundras even more playable. You're gonna see this match how our Thundras are just big booty assholes. They don't do anything. So pot of pot of greeds, they clunk, we ring. It's powerful. We draw dust shoots, and he discards the pick the 2 that are not Thunder Dragon, which is bullshit. You're gonna see a lot of bullshit with Mirage and Nightmare. There's this game where I'm like, fuck, I should have won this game already. He draws 2 MSTs from there. And like, and I'm thinking, oh, okay, well, he'll just choose he'll dust shoot me once, and then I pick up 2, and he hits the 2 fucking MSTs in his hand. Like, yo, I cannot. Like I'm like, this man is destined to win Yu-Gi-Oh! That's what I thought. Draw 3 there, which is fine, and we pick up the Serpent, and that's not bad. But then here, and like he keeps the ones that are outside of that, but we're still drawing. I mean, like, it doesn't matter. So, but this is the time in which we actually keep the fucking monster. So we Raigeki this Fiber Jar. Very crazy that I was playing Fiber Jar, and then we just Monster Reborn and just attack for game. That was insane. It was so stupid. Like, it was so painful to watch. And speaking of painful, here's painful choice where he hits all the hand control stuff in the hand. Because I chose confiscation so he could pay 1,000. We put a dark in graveyard. It's not a big deal. Chaos Emperor I never summoned Chaos Emperor this entire match per se. I mean, this entire tournament. So he has a breaker again, which again is going to, sun us. But like, what are you gonna do? I don't know why I did that. I really do not know why I did that. Oh, to out the set monster. That's right. Okay. All right. That's why I did that. All right. Makes sense. That's why I MST'd on the deck decoration. And this is where we go tomato in, get the witch get here. And the reason why we did this is because we do have premature burial in hand. So even the out the BLS, we're able to just get it right back. So we slam it on the field, banish the tribe, set pass. He goes Sangan, change a hard take, switch to attack with the Sangan. We take 1,000. He banishes his own monster, and which sucks, But we bring back the monster. We switch. We should have just summoned the Kaiku and start attacking, honestly. going back at it. Yeah. I don't know why I did that. I play too passively, and this is a format where you just cannot really play that passively, unfortunately. Um, change of heart. Oh my god, we get a rejection fairly lily, which is so bad. So we tribute set. We flip up the IO, and then we're attacking. We banish the creature. Attack for 16. The scientist in our hand is not doing anything. He top decks reborn, and that's the end of the game. Uh, it's chaos format, guys. You can't get angry. You can't get angry. And then back over to top eight now. Unfortunately, this is where I lost, but we played against B Sox again. YGO from Zero, YouTube channel in the description below. Subscribe, motherfucker, subscribe. But we have multiple MSTs, Torrential and Shining Angel. And he doesn't have a whole lot of anything, but we have like more monsters than he does. The Rip of the DD Warrior Lady was insane. We decided not to hold the confiscation because we know there's one card in his hand that's doing absolutely nothing from Mirage being played and the rest of the cards being set. So that's why it is set up the way that it was. But we end up painful choicing here, putting all of our lights and darks in the graveyard itself to get back SERP. That's our Darkened Life for Chaos Sorcerer. And then from which here we're able to get the Yada Garasso. And bitch, we do it again. We attack over for 200. But yeah, he has the guy first, so he ends up having priority. We Yada and we attack. Main two, we Confy, get rid of the spy out of hand. We see all these chaos monsters in hand that he cannot summon, and then the bird is the word. The bird is the word. Comment below. The bird's the word. God damn Yatagarasu. Hair, yes. Our hands are insane equally. So he goes painful choice, and we put the Sengen in his hand because like we can't deal with anything else. We pot of greed, draw two, set him pass. He flips torrentials, gets DD Warrior Lady, respectable, gets BLS onto the field. We take so much damage here, which is like so bad. And then we keep the MST in our hand because we don't want him to, if that's IO, we want him to chain that. So he 15's over. He does not mirror force it, which is nuts. Knowing that he does have change of heart. Smart, smart. Okay, B Sox. This is why you're the team, you're the guy from YGO Zero, because you know your shit. But yeah, I get like massively outplayed here. Even though I have so much pieces of power in my hand, I got aggroed out really quickly. And then we graceful charitied, which is fine. We reborn out, banish the card, summon the Kaiku, attack for 600. And then he top decks Raigeki. Oh my god. Oh Jesus. Oh Mary Joseph. Man, that's chaos format though. That's chaos format. We open our hands are like insane, but he has so much gas in his hand that it's like it's not even funny. It's not even funny. Are you laughing? I'm not laughing because like we already know most of the hand. It's like it's so unfortunate. We had the double dust shoot and it was gonna be broken and awesome. And then this guy had the and then once he sent all of his lights and darks, we knew for a fact that he did draw a chaos monster. What are you gonna do there? So then we end up going to the Thunder Dragons to pay off. I'm like, let's see if we could actually like end this game right here. So we end up taking all of these. Reality, we should have probably taken the like Feather Duster to out the Snatch Steal, but we do have the order to beat it, which is unfortunate. Again, he has BLS again. I made some mistakes this game for sure. For sure. We definitely could have sent Harpies to the graveyard out the back row. And if you taken it, then we would have been in a good spot to win the game. But we have IO for the snatch. He has the MST. It's I mean, super unfortunate, but we were able to get out. We could not afford for the life of us to MST our things, hoping that he needed to discard everything. He does draw MST off it. And here's the deal, ladies and gentlemen. What we did learn is that Yu-Gi-Oh! Giveth and Yu-Gi-Oh! Taketh. That is the way of Yu-Gi-Oh! So we get a +2 there. Very nice. Drawing into the Kaiku the Ghost Destroyer. Flips Gravekeeper Spy at like literally the best time ever. Draws Breaker outing Kaiku. We can't put monsters down either. Premature Burial is not going to do anything. So he distributes set pass. And then there's the Chaos Sorcerer. And then my run ends there. Huh. Well, that is the way of Yu-Gi-Oh. That's the way of Yu-Gi-Oh. Like, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? But okay. So what were the things that I was going to change? Mainly, it was like Torrential was gonna I would replace these with Raigeki breaks. So Raigeki break would be somewhere in the main deck here. I would cut the sorcerer for sure. I think I would cut the sorcerer, torrential, put 3 torrentials in the side deck, 2 Raigeki breaks in the main. In the side, I would probably include more targets for tomato, like Spirit Reaper, Nerdoria, um, shit like that. The other thing I was probably considering too is also having Fiber Jar and Injection Fairy Lily somewhere in the side deck. Fiber Jar could be very, very good if you're going second because they open all their hand rip cards. They can hand rip you, and then you draw Fiber, and then Fiber can put you right back into the game by effectively resetting the game state. Um, but overall, I thought my list performed pretty adequately okay. There's definitely some things I would definitely change in it overall, but it was a very fun tournament. I really did enjoy myself. I really enjoyed playing this format. It's not a format you can play like all the time, unfortunately, because like you're like, oh Jesus, dog. He sacked the hell out of me, and there's no variance in it. And you're basically playing Chaos Mirrors the entire time. There's some things you could play in between, like Scientist FDK, but the good thing was that I was never able to run into those. So those are my changes. That is my run. That is my top 8 finish. So please like, comment, and subscribe for more retro, mostly Edison, other Yu-Gi-Oh related content. Peace. Have a great day. Stay safe, y'all.